It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with Tpri.
All right. Good afternoon, or well, almost afternoon, guys. I have a quick second. So I'm actually going to go over opinions versus slander and libel, okay? Because apparently there is some confusion about the difference between giving an opinion in a heated argument versus actually using information against someone as fact and presenting that as fact, okay? So let's talk about that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and present my screen to you guys while I share with you the differences in what slander and libel is. And then we're also going to talk about opinion versus slander. Okay, so that we completely understand the differences here. Okay, so let's talk about what slander and libel is first. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and get into what opinion versus slander is. Okay, and then we'll kind of present that as what is going on between myself and breaking the culture of silence. Okay, so slander and libel would fall under defamation. Okay, so that would be falsely spreading rumors that a person has, like, for instance, a sexually transmitted disease, or leading to that individual being shunned or avoided by others. Okay, so basically, the actual definition of libel and slander are two types of defamatory statements. Libel is a defamatory statement that is written, and slander is a defamatory statement that is oral. At common law, libel and slander were analyzed under different sets of standards, with libel recognized as more serious wrong. Okay, so again, it's a libel and defamation. Let me pull this up real quick because I want to make sure that we're very clear on what these differences are. Okay, so the terms libel and slander and defamation are frequently confused with each other. They are all similar in that they all fall in the same general area of law that concerns false statements which harm a person's reputation. This general area of law is called defamation law. Libel and slander are types of defamatory statements. Libel is a defamatory statement that is written, and slander is a defamatory statement that is oral. Okay, so I wanted to make that extremely clear. There is a couple of other things that go into this, but ultimately speaking, that is what libel and slander would be. Okay, so now we're going to get into what opinion is. Okay, and the difference between opinion and how you can put opinion to actual slander. Okay, so opinions are the usual statements that are a part of a person's opinion that are not generally a foundation for defamation itself. If the listener now takes what the person says as verifiable fact rather than his or her assertion of statement, then that case may conclude that the person did not speak an opinion, but a slanderous declaration. Okay, so keep that all in mind. And then let's go into what qualifies as opinions and what qualifies as slander. Okay, so is opinion protected from defamation? Opinion privilege is a protected form of speech of importance to U.S. federal and state law. The U.S. First Amendment guarantees free speech subject to certain limitations. One of these limitations is defamation in various forms, notably libel, okay, which we've already gone over exactly what those are. That would mean presenting a statement to someone as an actual fact, okay, meaning you're presenting evidence to the public that what you are stating about this person is actual fact. That is the difference between an opinion, okay, where I would say, you're ugly or something like that, okay? That is an opinion, okay? Or I am presenting evidence of you being ugly, where I'm showing photos of you, and I'm doing that to present to the public, a fact of my opinion, okay? So that is where people really get this messed up. That is kind of where Tasha K messed up in this situation, where she was, presenting and saying that her opinion was an opinion, okay? When in actuality, she was presenting that opinion as fact. And she was using certain evidence to present that opinion as fact. So, how this has presented in this particular case with breaking the culture of silence and not one time have I presented any videos showing any pornographic details of her, stating that she is a prostitute, that a kink list. I have not presented any type of kink list and used that as evidence, stating that she filled out this kink list in order to show the things that she would be willing to do sexually at a dungeon. These are things that Breaking the Culture did, okay? On top of presenting photos and stating that these photos are evidence that I am willing to do sexual favors at a dungeon, according to what was filled out on this kink list. She completely made that look exactly that way and presented that as fact. Secondly, the photos that she showed, I actually altered that photo so that my nipples and my breasts were not showing in my thumbnail. The actual photo shows my nipples and breasts. So that is clear evidence that a picture of me being in a sexual manner depicting sexuality was done on Breaking the Culture side. I'm not sure what part of this she's trying to filibuster her way out of, but at the end of the day, no, Breaking. I do not need, according to your text message that you sent me this morning, no, I do not need a copy of that video from you. I am more than happy to get a copy of it from actual Google. And I can actually not only get a copy of your private video, but any other content creators who I have noted who have defamed my name based off of what you have presented as fact. I can have those presented to the court as well. So I'm going to need you to, like I told you to begin with, stop playing around with me and play with your long lost kids, okay? Because this game that you're playing is very dangerous. I am very willing to go to court with you, just like you claimed you're so willing, quote unquote, to go to court with me because I called you a hoe out of opinion. Not one time have I ever presented anything to the public presenting that as fact that you are a hoe. You, however, have presented to the public what you do and how you do it and where you do it. I have not done that to you. You have presented this information that I presented to you for what you asked me for in writing. You've presented that a completely different way to the public, which is a crime, period, and is punishable by law, and it's also a civil issue. So again, I'm not sure what part of this you don't understand, and you can keep tap dancing and filibustering all over the sector, trying to explain what this all means and what this and what I said and what could be done and who presented what and who argued online. Arguing online, like for instance, telling someone they're a pussy, and then me saying in response to you saying I'm a pussy, oh, if I pulled up, let's see who calls the cops, is not threatening bodily harm, ma'am. But presenting photos to the fucking public and a kink list to the public, stating that I am using that kink list and photos as prostitution, that, ma'am, is fucking a problem. Not only is that slander, but it's libel, and it's a crime. According to New Jersey, where you live. So again, I'm not sure why you keep playing games. but I'm going to need you to calm the fuck down and have several seats, because this is not a game at all. Now, I'm going to leave you to think about all this and, do you, and go ahead and talk to your troll friends and laugh with your troll friends, because, honey, your troll friends are helping my case, just to let you know. I will holler at all of y'all later. I do got to get back to work. I truly appreciate you guys for being in the building, and shout out to y'all, and peace, guys.